I mean, great. Like I say, obviously we had a lot of people out. I said before the game, everybody be ready. And that's it. I need to trust. I don't know how I say it, but just trust factor was huge this game.
What was Lively doing when he had 6 months?
Been great. I would say he's been great. I told him I had more blocks than him this game, so he got to step up his game. Me? Yeah. I told him I'm going to teach him that.
Early in the game, I guess about 10 minutes in the game, I saw you kind of gather the guys in. It looked like you were trying to kind of rally them a little bit. I wonder if you take it as an extra challenge when you guys are shorthanded. Do you personally take it?
Yeah, for sure. I think leadership is important. Like I said, I think this year has been way better for me. Obviously, we had like 5 guys out, and it's a pretty amazing win today.
It looked like you and Vince Williams Jr. were kind of going back and forth. What did you make of his performance?
Good. I mean, he was just talking shit the whole time. I was back. I told him let me play 1-on-1. That's when I got attacked. So I don't know if the refs got to just let us talk. It's part of the game. I love it. I think he's a great defender. But the refs. The last game, I didn't do nothing. We got both tacks. This game, we both talking. I got the tack only. So I don't know.
Is that what the tack was about?
Yeah. The refs got to just chill on that part.
Anything lingering with the hip that was injured or that you hurt first?
Now it's hurting like I'm not going to say it, but it's hurting a lot. And my knees are swollen so I got to get ready for tomorrow.
Was it your hip or your back?
My back, yeah, it was my back. I was landing right on the back, so now that it's cold, it's not fun.
How tough of a back-to-back is this for you guys with the in-season champion Lakers coming to town?
I mean, it's tough. We got a back-to-back. They're coming off 2 days free, and they're a great team. They have one of the best ever, so it's going to be a really tough game. I think they've been playing way better than the beginning of the season. Very tough team, so we have to bring a lot to them to beat them.
This is your 7th straight game with 30 or more points. I think you earlier in your career you had 9. Anything different about this stretch?
Well, I don't know. Today they will double me the whole game, so I'm just trying to get some to my spot. Like I said, trust factor was big tonight. Everybody that came on the court gave it all, so I'm really proud of this team. Especially, I know nobody can say, Keith was really big on this game. He stays ready, so his performance was amazing today.
How big of a challenge is that for you, Luka? You guys were down 2 starters, plus your top 6 man in Hardaway tonight.
I mean, it's tough, man. There's great players we had out, but like I said, it's the trust factor, leadership, and everybody step up. So I'm really proud of this team.
The offense had a lot of success when you played out of the elbow, like in horn sets. What do you like about having the ball or playing out of the elbow and kind of opening things up when teams are full pressure?
Yeah, like I say, I like when they pressure me. I can just go down the lane or, play with the live dribble. Get it on the elbow and just play out of it.
Does it help you to get the ball in triple threat in different spots of the floor out of those sets?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier when you don't have to dribble, when you just have a live ball in it, or I don't know how you say it. It's easier for me, so we're going to keep working on that.
Yeah, when I'm out there, and the ball's finding me, just being ready and down, ready to shoot. And I feel like, if I'm open, I feel like it's going to go in every time I shoot it for real. But just having the confidence out there when I'm out there and, my teammates believing in me. So.
How do you stay ready, Jaden, when you're not, playing a lot like you normally do, like you were late last season?
Just to continue, work on my game, going back at nights, staying after practice, shoot arounds and, getting extra work in, that way whenever my name is called, I'm prepared and, I'm ready to go out there and perform.
It seemed like you were helpful in getting the offense into actions and sets with Luka being full court press and like face guarded.
Hmm.
Is that an area of emphasis that you've had as you continue to develop your game?
Yeah, that's something that the coaches preach, that they, when Kyrie or Luka, one of them was out and, one of them was on the floor, they're pretty much going to deny him the whole time. So, just being able to play off of that, still when they're denied, trying to make the right plays, right reads, and, still play my game too at the same time.
Several of your threes tonight were in situations where they were making a run
Mhm.
and close the deficit.
Yeah.
How good did it feel to be like in a pressure situation?
Mhm.
And deliver?
Yeah, it felt real good, to be out there on the floor and, us, going on the runs and, just being out there with them, it felt good. So, yeah.
Take us through that sequence. That I don't know if you remember, the ball was back and forth, and then you found yourself wide open at a three-pointer.
Yeah.
Guys up 16 with a little bit over 3 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, that play was wild. Like you said, the ball was just bouncing, going everywhere. So, and then I so happened to end up grabbing it out the air like a rebound and kicking it back out. And then Lucas swung it, and then another one swing, and then I was wide open, and I just knocked it in. So,
So there were some plays where Luka was a screener for you guys when he was face guarded. How helpful is it to have that to use to turn the corner and get downhill?
Yeah, that's good. When a player like him, takes so much attention. It frees up frees up the lane for guys like me. Be able to get in the paint and being able to make the right reads. Hitting the corners or the wing whenever the defense is pulling in. So it's real good.
Yeah, it's all about, being ready and next man up mentality. Got a couple guys down and, I knew I was going to, get more opportunity today, and it's about stepping in and, doing the little things and how can I compliment the guys already on the floor and how can I do little winning plays. And I feel like came in the game with great energy, being in the right place at the right time and being confident enough to knock down shots and help my teammates defensively and all that stuff. So, yeah.
You haven't been in a lot of pressure situations.
Mhm.
Obviously, when they're rallying, they pull with their 10, and you nail a three-pointer. That's kind of a pressure situation.
Yeah, nothing. It's not somewhere I haven't been before. Yes, in the NBA, it's new to me, but my teammates have been great. Just telling me to keep shooting it and let it fly every time, and I stepped into it with confidence and knocked it down. If they go, help off me and leave me open, then I gotta have the confidence and to knock it down. That's what I did.
What's that like for you, Max, when you don't hardly play at all
Mm-hmm.
and you press into playing quality minutes in a tough game?
Yeah, I know that time is going to come at some point. For me, it's about staying in the gym, staying in really good shape, especially the way I play, being in really good shape and keep learning. Every time I'm not playing, it's an opportunity for me to watch and see so that when I get out there, I know what happens and I can have a better understanding of what's out there. So it's really not about, the way I see it is this, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I know my time's going to come, and if I keep the same attitude and I keep putting really good days in practice and, I keep learning, watching, scouting, watching film, all those different things, then when I get on the floor, I'm going to be ready. Will I be perfect? No. But I know that I've put in the steps so that when I get out there, I know what I'm doing out there.
I'm pretty sure with all your challenges, you've probably been playing your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to just sit? What are the coaches telling you during the time that you're sitting and not playing?
No, they just tell me, watch the older guy, watch what they do in the tendencies and stay ready. They know my time is going to come at some point, and then they just kept, telling me, your time is coming. Just keep putting good days, good practice days. Keep showing, how the scout, how about, what we're doing offensively and defensively, show that you're engaged into that. Because when you get on the floor, you got to be able to come in and be a great defender, a guy that knows our principles, a guy that can make hustle plays, rebound the ball, all those little things that can complement guys like Luka and Kyrie. And that's what I need to be for this team this year. So, yeah.
Was there anything in your shot process that was important for you to emphasize to shoot 3 for 6 today?
Nothing really that was different from before. It's just shoot with confidence, and then whatever happens. It's about having the confidence to miss. Shoot it, whether you make it or not. It doesn't matter. Just shoot the next one, and that's the biggest thing. If you forget and you shoot it with a free-minded, then that's when it's good. If you think, I should this, or will I make it or not? That's when you miss them. So I was just like, man, just let it fly. Whatever happens, and that's how I was able to shoot 3 for 6.
I remember at a recent practice you were working on the cones.
Yeah.
sliding defensively. How do you think that extra work, like on your defensive like aspects of your role, have translated to the court?
Oh, they translated tremendously well. I mean, I feel like, those little things, people don't see, that I work on, being able to X out, working on defensively with the coaches, getting over screens, veering, all that kind of stuff that we do. That little stuff is going to help me in the game. And, people think it's all about, just getting shots up or whatever. No, you can rep out defensive schemes and all that kind of stuff. And that little stuff helps me so that when I get out there, I know what I'm doing because I don't get as many reps as the other guys. So I got to find ways to still be, in sync with everything we're doing. And that helps me a lot.
Yeah, great team win. You start with Luka and the group, just understanding we lose Derrick Jones there. And then, I thought Exum, again, we talked about him earlier. He was great. I thought Curry and that starting group was great. I thought Hardy coming off the bench was great. Omax, and I thought Smooth. I thought Morris. Keith was really, really good for us on both ends. And so, great team win. It's, to get 43s up with that group, pretty impressive. But when you talk about MVPs or one of the best players in the world, Luka, can do that with anybody, and he displayed that this evening.
I noticed early in the game there was a couple times when he kind of brought the guys in for huddle, and I wondered if maybe he took it on as more of a challenge that you guys were shorthanded, that he thought, man, we're going to do this thing.
Yeah, I think you've seen enough of him that he believes anytime he takes the floor, he has a chance to win. And his leadership of always getting that group together to make sure everybody was on the same page. And he's done that against the Thunder. He's done it all year for us. And that just shows his leadership, his maturity. He's growing. And again, on the road against a talented team, we found a way to win. But it starts with Luka, and he set the tone.
How helpful was it to have multiple guard threats that can attack off the dribble with Kyrie out, with whether it's Jaden, Seth, or Dante, to be able to take pressure off of Luka without Kyrie?
Yeah, I think anytime with the double teams, being able to with Exum, his basketball IQ and his decision making and playmaking, it's great to have that option when Kai's out. But I thought Hardy did a great job in that slot of being the playmaker, being able to, the ball touches the paint. He was finding all the right guys tonight and also looking, for a shot. So I thought he was great in that position. And Seth, being the shooter that he is, it just helps when you have someone like those type of guys in that situation when we're being double teamed. We've seen enough double teams, and so guys know what they have to do, and it just comes down to making shots. I thought Omax made a big three for us in that stretch because the game was, I think, 13 and went back up to 16. But again, everyone who played tonight, deserves credit. They shorthanded, next man up mentality, and they displayed, what they've been patient for, and that's getting time, consistent time, and they got it tonight. And as you know, we got another one tomorrow.
I was going to ask you about Max. What does it say about him that he doesn't get a lot of playing time? And like you said, at that particular time, that was a big three-pointer that he hit.
Yeah, I think just his patience, his work ethic we've talked about. He continues to keep working hard. There's quite a few guys in front of him, but I thought, again, with the injuries that we've had and then losing Jones, Dereck, that definitely gave him the opportunity to play tonight.
It seemed like there was a lot of success when Luka was a screener, and he also let the game come to him by making 3 catch-and-shoot threes. How helpful is it to have a superstar like that who can kind of be moved around and used as a decoy whenever there's face guarding and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think guys are getting comfortable when you have multiple ball handlers like Hardy and Dante. They can use him as a screen because there's no help, and so they did that well tonight. We're going to see that most, if not the rest of the season, and the guys are getting comfortable with that, and he's getting comfortable with that, and so the trust, there's a lot of trust in that locker room, and it was displayed again tonight.
And one look that kind of stood out was using Luka on the elbow and horn sets. What do you like about him in that position?
Well, I think it just gives him the opportunity where he doesn't have to bring the ball up and work so hard. And then the other side of that is where he has a live dribble and he's capable of passing or being able to play off the dribble. But it just gives him a chance to rest, to figure out what he wants to do, and then he can see what the defenses are going to do. And if it's going to be a trap, he can string them out where he can get Lively or that second roller wide open. And so he's been very successful, playing off the elbows.
How tough is this back-to-back, Jason, with the in-season tournament champion Lakers probably already in Dallas waiting on you guys to get there?
It's the schedule. You got to play them. It's the Lakers won the tournament. They had a heck of a run, and this is a good test for us. No matter who's playing, for us, this is a good test to protect home.
Dereck set another career high in rebounds for 17. What did you see from him overall tonight?
Oh, you got to ask him. I just asked him to get 15. He got 16. But no, I didn't challenge him. I just asked him. I needed 15 plus rebounds from him, and he went and got them. And so now we're gonna hold him accountable for being able to do that for us on a consistent basis. You can see he's getting used to it. He was big for us on the glass, not giving up second shots tonight. That's against a team like Memphis. You give them second opportunities, they're gonna hurt you. So for us and for D Live to be able to clean up the glass for us tonight was huge.